join could watch it. Okay.
Yeah, I will introduce. Thank you very much, guys, for turning on your cameras. That's very nice to see you. And it's a rare moment, I think, that we have such cases. So let me first introduce my colleagues from the international office. I hope you know that we have an international office in Graduate School of Business, because you don't have this exchange programs. Probably it's a rare moment that you visit them, but it's good to know them. So Maria Kainova is the head of the director of the center of the international office, and Alena and Ekaterina, they, I think, will help you, the managers of the center. I'm not very sure who is responsible for what, but they will help you with the applications, I think, if you decide to apply for any of the summer schools.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. I should maybe specify that Ekaterina is in respect to these programs. She's more in contact with the partners and with the coordinators of the international offices, while Alena actually is in charge of the selection process. And she's the one who provides consultations about different programs, and she's responsible for the outgoing mobility, and that is you, right? Because you are going out, so you're an outgoing exchange student. So
maybe, Maria, we can start with the description of the options that we have, and I can say later, probably, if you want a little bit more about the LSE summer school, and you can tell about the other.
I will share the presentation so that you would have it visualized, and when we actually get to the summer school of the London School of Economics, then I will give the floor to you. Okay. So just a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Just give me a minute. Come on. Okay. So the Graduate School of Business summer schools, well, actually were the different summer schools that we offer to our students. So the summer schools are short-term mobility programs that last from 2 to 4 weeks. I mean, they can be 2, 3, or 4 weeks. I have to say that besides duration, you have to understand that the timing is also important, something to always be aware of, because some of them may even start at the end of May. They can go from June to July, and some of them will end, for example, when we talk, for example, about Vienna, some of them may even end sometime in September. So actually the timing of the summer schools is something to be aware of, because sometimes it might be difficult in terms of matching it with our calendar. If you want to see the full catalog of the summer schools with which we cooperate, then you have here a link to our catalog, the Graduate School of Business catalog of summer schools, in which the schools are divided depending on whether we have full scholarship, whether we have some discounts on them, or we have no discounts. The presentation will also be uploaded on our site, so you will be able to both see the recording, use the presentation to follow the links. So if we just look at the summer schools basically, like what they're like, so the participation fee usually amounts to 1,000 or 1,500, sometimes even more expensive euros, and the Graduate School of Business students may apply via our international office and receive a discount from our partners. So at this particular moment, we have a full tuition waiver offered by Laval University, that's in Canada, and we'll say a couple of words about it. Then EM Strasbourg Business School, LSE Summer School, And we have also some schools with discounts. For example, the Singapore Management University Summer School, which is very famous, provides a 10% discount. I have to say that we are planning to broaden this list. Because there are still a couple of schools with which we are in negotiating the possibility to use their spots for summer schools. So with this,
Maria, can I add something? Is it right that they don't have only the discount, but for instance, in LSE there are a few places for like just two actually places this year?
The slots, the slots are limited, and we'll say something about that. So, for example, right now we have 4 slots for Laval University. We have between 4 and 8 slots, if I'm not mistaken, for Strasbourg Business School, and we have 2 slots for LSE Summer School. Well, of course, when we talk about discounts, there are no limits in terms of slots, because I mean they provide discounts, and actually the more students go there, the bigger is the discount. I have to say about the list, I said that we might still make it longer. Maybe we will be also able to consider the AM Business School, AM Normandy Business School. So, just a second. Speaking of Laval University, so FSA U Laval is part of Université Laval or Université Laval because it's actually it's the first French-speaking university in North America, but with English programs. The campus is located near Quebec, downtown area, so pretty much close to the center. And the training that you will receive there is considered to be the best or one of the best in the world because Laval holds 2 international accreditations and is considered to be one of the best business schools in the world. So you can see the picture of the building. They offer 2 summer programs. Like I said, sometimes some of the programs are usually different in terms of the timing. So you see one program goes from the 4th of July to the 15th of July, and one from the 18th of June. And here pay attention, because I mean, if it coincides with your exam time, then you will have to consider like how you go about it. So from 18th of June to the 29th of July. So the first one, Modern Real-Life Operations Management and Logistics, is obviously a school on operations and logistics, where you will learn how to, use your knowledge in practice by gaining professional hands-on experience with all kinds of analytical tools having to do with basically logistics management. These kinds of area. When we talk about the other school, international marketing, actually you should really go and see it on their site, because it is presented as both an informative school but also a very fun school, because it is full of all kinds of events, and it introduces how to make advertising and marketing fun. So you have the chance to experience the vibrant business environment of the Quebec City. You can explore the impact of French language market in North America. You are introduced into the Quebec culture, and you can incorporate it as a core component of a distinctive and innovative marketing strategy. You will also be able to visit Quebec-based companies, get to know the management, and then maybe learn from the best practices. Besides actually the academic content, the syllabus of the classes and the program, there are always lots of fun activities that are offered to summer school students. So, for example, if we talk about Laval, there is the Summer Festival of Quebec, or Festival d'été de Quebec. Then les Mosaïques Culture, that is Canada is considered to be a mosaic culture as opposed to the melting pot of the USA. That is, it manages to preserve the cultures of the nationalities that inhabit it. Then you can be offered the e-bike ride in Quebec City, the Fabrique Circus, the Bay de Beauport, and the Montmorency Falls, very beautiful, as you can see on the picture. So again, what you get from a school is learning, finding new friends and getting into networking, and of course having fun. So to learn more about the school, actually, you're very much in time, because there will be on March the 2nd, there will be an introduction to the school by Laval University International Office. They will hold an online meeting where they will provide an overview and outline of the 2 courses that are offered this year. And there will be a brief introduction to University of Laval campus and a brief introduction to the Quebec City itself, and a question period. So here is the registration. Again, like I'm saying, like I have already said, you will be able to find it with this presentation on our site. So for the application deadline, well, this one is pretty close. I'm sorry for short notice. So you have to apply until March 1st. So that's very, very soon. So guys, I just suggest that you make this decision pretty fast. So what kind of documents you will need to apply? First of all, you actually will have to write a request participation. The form is on our site, so all of this is on our site. So you just download the form from our site, and you have to have it signed by the study office. This just like guarantees that you are the student of your program. Then you will also have to ask the academic office to provide you a transcript of records in English. That is the your kind of like not the GPA, but your current grades. Then you will need a recommendation letter. Although I think that for March 1st, I think that we might consider, getting it later, right? Because I'm not sure that it will be easy. Actually, we have only Monday left for a recommendation letter. But maybe actually we can take recommendation from Margarita Anatolievna. I think that could be a solution. Definitely, you will have to write a CV and a motivation letter. So like I'm saying, out of this link, the recommendation letter is the only one that probably we could consider getting later, because just because there is very little time left, right? So you have the link.
Maria,
here.
am I right that this application should be done to the office, to your office, to international office?
Yeah, because if you apply directly to the school, then they will not be able to give you the waiver. Yeah. So here's the link to get the request for participation, and where you actually can upload all your documents. So in case your application is successful and the Graduate School of Business International Office nominates you, the next step will be to apply directly to Laval University, but they will also know your names. They will know that you are nominated, and that will be until March 15th. Okay, so that's the first school in Canada, Quebec. The second option is AM Strasbourg Business School. So it's our new partner, a great partner. Actually, the University of Strasbourg is a major university in France. Strasbourg is a very beautiful city. on the like north, rather west north from Paris, and it's sometimes called the Northern Venice of France because it has lots of beautiful channels. It has a very beautiful architecture. Actually, it's one of my favorite cities in France. The school, the business school, is famous for being not only one of the grandes écoles in France, that is a very prestigious alliance of French business schools, but also it's the only one business school that is part of a public university. So that's in this way it's unique. It has great programs, great teachers, and well, provides you with lots of great opportunities. So speaking about the prerequisites, students have to have completed 2 years, but as I understand, that's actually what we have, right? Because only the students of the second or third year were summoned, so that is, you meet this requirement. The programs that you are invited to are International European Business Summer Program, and the dates are May 30 to July 1st, or June 9 to July 30. So here I understand that there might be some also overlapping with the exam time, right? But I know we will have to think about how to maybe solve this issue. So the courses that they're offering are Business in Europe, European Integration, French Language and Culture, Corporate Visits, Visits of International Institutions, Corporate Visits and Visits of International Institutions that incorporates the visits to European Parliament, Mercedes-Benz, and many other historical places. Okay. So speaking of social activities in Strasbourg, as you see in some of the pictures, I would say that most of the Strasbourg looks like the picture on the right. Like I said, very beautiful. The school also has, as part of its program, 2 dinners hosted by the school in Alsatian restaurants, because it's Alsace. A visit of an 18th century castle, only in the Vosges mountains, a wine tasting session of Alsatian wines, because since it's very close to Germany, so they're famous for white wines. A guided tour in the historical city center of Strasbourg, and a guided tour of Strasbourg by boat. Like I said, it has lots of canals. Okay, so for application deadline, it's later. You may apply until April the 1st. And the package of documents is the same. That is request for participation, transcript of records in English, recommendation letter, CV, and motivation letter. So in this case, the full package is required. And you have the link again for the application. The third school that we wanted to introduce today is Singapore Management University. So it's an autonomous university that is located at the center of Singapore. It is based on the experience of Wharton Business School, which is, as you know, like the Penn State Business School. One of the most prestigious, actually, Ivy League schools in the United States. It is the Singapore Management University is accredited by the most prestigious accreditations, ACSB, ACQUIS, and AMBA. That is, it's like one of the very few business schools with these 3 accreditations. The courses are taking 2 sessions. First, it's 27th of June to the 22nd of July. There are like different clusters. As you see, like the first cluster, the morning cluster, is Asia Pacific business, capital markets in China, managing customer relations with analytics, screening Asia history, society and politics and films. And the afternoon sessions are about contemporary Asia, economic globalization in Asia, global mega trends, innovations for Asia's smart cities. For this school, unlike for the previous two ones, you will need an official certificate in IELTS, but you have it, right? Because you should have gotten the certificate after your first year, right? And the score has to be at least 6.5, so I understand that you all have that, right? Mm-hmm. So, like I said, with this school, it's like very, very famous and prestigious. So it's really kind of not cheap. It's it costs, like, for one course, it is 2,400. That is like when, for example, you take only morning course, and 4,000 for like the full course. And it provides a 10% waiver, a discount. So out of the several schools that we're mentioning today, this one just has a discount, like not a full waiver. Mm-hmm. And the application deadline is April the 1st, and you submit your documents to the international office, and if you have been nominated, then you have to apply directly by April the 10th. But again, we are sending our nomination to the international office of the Singapore Business School, and they take it into consideration when providing you with a discount. And the final offer, about which I understand Margarita Anatolievna will have much more to say, that is the summer school of the University of London. Well, you know a lot about the University of London, so I will just let you look at the beautiful picture. Otherwise, you know a lot about it. And I have to say that the university's business school is considered one of the strongest and one of the best in the world, producing graduates who go on to become first-class specialists in their field. And also, the school provides you with the possibility of taking summer school courses. So it takes place in the form of 2 sessions. And maybe I will let Margarita Anatolievna comment on that, right? Because that's where you actually are able to join in. And
yeah, so you have, thank you very much. So you have 3 sessions. And you can join different sessions or decide to join several of them. So as I already mentioned, this year we have 2 slots, 2 actually scholarships for students of the Management and Digital Innovation program, which means that these students, they will get full tuition coverage for one course that they will choose by themselves out of the list of courses that this summer they suggest. And they will also get a scholarship for accommodation. I hope actually everything that we're discussing right now, you know, because of the news, I'm sure that you are following. We hope that this will be possible, but we don't know. So this year, it means that you will get there. It's offline, right? So I hope that it will be available. So there are 2 slots that you get the tuition for the one course, and also the accommodation that will be covered. This is the specific place on the campus of the London School of Economics, and it's bed and breakfast option. So this way. So it means that 2 people, they would get full scholarship, but others, they can also apply and they will get a discount if I'm not mistaken, 15% for the courses. So within these sessions, you will have a choice, a set of courses that you may choose. So they are actually similar to in the level of the bachelor degree. And what is new, I think this year, that if you take 2 sessions and you will pass courses within these sessions, you can actually let's say include these credits into your diploma and actually take into account that you passed these courses. Okay. What else? Right, so there are some requirements on the level of English. As you see, so your IELTS should be 7.0 or more. Right, and I think that's that. So I think you should also apply by providing the motivation letter and your CV. So your transcripts are already available to our education study office, but we can organize this as well. And we will choose those of you who will get the scholarships out of those who will apply. Right. So that's that. So the requirements for all of the summer schools in sense of the application are similar. So you have to prepare the same set of documents, right? And we will make a decision who will apply basing on your application. The list of courses you can also check. I will send you the booklet, the material that actually has this information, and you can see what kind of courses are there. The courses are in different fields, not specifically in your topic. So you can actually broaden a little bit your knowledge and take something different. So there are a set of courses in business and management. There are courses in economics, finance, international relations, English language probably. And then there are a set of courses in research methods and law. So probably you can take something to kind of improve your knowledge in the courses that you already studied, or take something different to have a little more information on the topic that you haven't studied. As you're familiar with the London university system, you know that there are 100 level courses, 200, 300, right? So, and for 200 and 300, you have prerequisites sometimes. So you have to check that you have these prerequisites, or we have to check with the LSE colleagues that you can apply for specific courses. So this thing should be checked. So if the course that you chose is 100 level course, so there is no problem, but with 200 and 300, we have to check it. Yeah, there is also, I'm not sure that they provide this entertaining social life there, but I'm sure that you may find a lot of interesting opportunities for you, because you will be in the group of international students from all over the world. And I know from those students who already participated that they enjoyed a lot this experience, because you can also, let's say, improve your competences in communication with international people. And yeah, so that's that. So that's all from our side. So we are ready, right, Maria? Yes.
Yeah. I think that we're ready for the questions.
Yeah, we will be happy to answer your questions if you have some.
Yeah, I have a question.
Maybe I misheard.
So like,
Okay.
all.
Okay. I suggest Alina. Alina, please. Can you?
Maybe I misheard, but
Aline, there is some problem with the connection. Could you try to repeat what's the question?
Sorry, when is the deadline for London School of Economics?
We don't like. I think that's 1st of April. There was no specification actually from the side of the university. I couldn't find it, but maybe next week we will also have a meeting with the representative of the LSE, because they also wanted to share with you their motivation, probably, and to motivate you a little bit to participate in it. But I think that we can probably, because the deadlines and the slots, the time slots are similar to other schools. So I think that by the 1st of April, we have to decide, let's say. Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
Yeah, no,
yes.
I can ask.
Yeah, sure. Now your turn.
Yeah. So first of all, is it online or offline? Like, it's gonna be in campus, all these summer schools?
Everything that we mentioned right now is officially announced to be offline, right, Maria?
Right,
yes?
right.
Okay.
Yeah. We didn't want to offer you online courses. Actually, there are some online summer schools, but we thought that you'd be more interested in, offline experience, in meeting people, like getting involved in networking.
Yeah, understandable. And also I have another question. Like, I've never worked, or like have never done anything related to recommendations letters. So could you explain me that a little bit? So how can I get a recommendation letter? Or even you can explain what is a recommendation letter.
Mm-hmm. A recommendation letter is a letter from one of your teachers. You just ask your teacher to write a recommendation letter for you. Hopefully they will know how to do that. There are actually lots of templates on the internet just to know, what's the AD, what you write, and then they will use the AD to describe what kind of student you are.
Yeah, so generally, whoever is the person who writes the recommendation, so they have to provide the information or some proofs why you personally have to participate in it, because this is the selection process. If we have just 2 slots, right, and we have, I don't know, like 70 students who could actually participate in it, right? So why exactly you should be the one who should go there? This is similar to what you write in the motivation letter, probably, but this is your personal motivation, and there is external person who can provide additional reasons why he or she thinks that you are the good student to get this opportunity.
And so I wanted to specify just one more time that since there is definitely no time for you to procure a recommendation letter for Laval for Canada, because the deadline is the 1st of March, I suggest that actually in this case maybe you refer us to Margarita Anatolievna, right, and we'll take her word for that. But for the other schools, you will have to write this letter. And about motivation letters, I can also help you, because yesterday we had a session on how to write motivation letters. It was in English, or was it in Russian? Was it? I'm just in English. Oh, great! Yeah, it was in English. So we recorded the session, and it is also on our site. So you can, find it there, and it will provide you with all the ideas about the structure, the cliches to use, and the ideas how to make it like special and memorable. Okay.
Maybe Ekaterina, Alena, Maria, maybe you can share the link for this video where students can check.
Can you also share this presentation that you showed us before?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. I also have a question. I'm not Russian, so like, how will my application will work in this case?
In the same way as everybody else.
So like, I should
because
so, I mean, I understand that, for example, if I want to get a visa, I mean, I from what I know, I have to go back to my country and then apply. But is it possible for me to apply here in the embassy, for example, here in Russia, or like there are no problems if I'm an international student at AGC?
the thing is that we have quite a few international students who apply for those programs. So Ekaterina, maybe you could say, I don't know, or Alena, what are the specifics?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say how it's going to work given the current situation, right? But there are like visa centers in Moscow, if you're in Moscow, so you can try applying there. But it really depends on your nationality and how it works between Russia and your country of origin. So you will just have to check, because this is going to be a very specific situation. It's not
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
For everyone.
Yeah, I would probably want to say that last year, for instance, we had, as for LSC, we had several places offline for offline visit and some for online visits. So probably we can also discuss afterwards with our partners the option, the online option, if you're interested, because so first of all, we don't know how all these summer schools will work, but we hope they will work the way we just told you. But I think online option is still possible, but just it's not that interesting, I think, for you, because you already had a lot of online courses. Yeah. That's that. So we can check. So maybe Jonathan, you can contact Ekaterina probably, and she can help you specifically and tell you how this could work for you personally, taking into account your information. But right now, that's the information that we have. Yeah, Lisa, please.
Thank you.
I have a question about the visa. Should we apply for student or tourist one?
For a short stay, yeah, for a short stay. I guess in this case it will be a tourist one, a tourist visa. Because yes, if I'm not mistaken, actually when, for example, you go for a semester, then it's a student visa. But if it's just like we said, 2 to 4 months, I understand it, but we'll have to check, right? That would be, yeah, it would be. I think it would be a tourist visa.
Thank you.
Valeria, please. Yeah.
One thing that anyway, I know the situations, for example, when actually I have to say that for us it is a new experience, because we didn't have a lot of students going to summer schools before that, and that's like a very special offer to your program. But I can say that we've sent students to all kinds of like projects and conferences. And in these cases, they just used tourist visas. But you can get an invitation from the receiving university, and it still kind of plays a role, and it's still considered as kind of changing your status a little bit. So.
Lera, your turn, please.
Yes, I have a question about the recommendation letter. So is it possible to get it on the contrary from my workplace, but not from some teacher in the university?
Well, the thing is that since you're going to study and not to work, then it has to be from an academic, from faculty.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. any more questions? Nikita?
Yeah, thank you. It was stated in LSE requirements that IELTS must be 7.0. It is possible with 6.5 result, which was necessary for admission to our educational program to get into summer school.
Nikit, right now that's what is written in the announcement. We can double check with the coordinator of the from the side of the LSE, and then as I said, probably next week we'll have a separate meeting with this person, so we can ask them separately. But him separately, yeah. But for now, this is the requirement. So if you want to get a scholarship, this is the requirement.
But I just remind you that in case of Strasbourg and Laval, you don't need a certificate, right? Usually you just get the confirmation from us that you have a level no less than B2, which obviously you have, right? If you have a certificate of 6.5. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I have a question about Strasbourg Business School. So you said that there's 8 places, or how many? It is in total, or it is free one? And is it possible to go there like on a payment basis, not like free?
Oh, you can go on payment basis to all the schools that we have on our site. So that is not an issue. You just can choose whatever school you want. While for Strasbourg, the thing is that they're also our new partner, and we have quite a few slots from them. Well, we definitely have 4 slots from them. But then it will really depend how many slots will be occupied also by the students who go on a like semester basis. So we might have more. Yeah, I'm not sure about 8. Maybe that's maybe 4 is guaranteed more or less. But we might have more. We
4
kind
free
of
places. 4 free places.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And
so it means that, Vladimir, just a second. So it means that it's free, like the education is free, right? But accommodation and everything you will have to pay by yourself. Only in LSE you will get the scholarship for accommodation as well.
Yeah, that's understandable. And is there any discounts for Strasbourg or not?
You mean in case if you do not get the free slots?
Yes.
We didn't inquire about that, but I'm not sure about that. Would have to find out. Are you you're really interested and you're not sure that you will get there?
No, I'm just very interested in this place.
But then you can apply and try to get a free spot first.
But you always need to have plan B, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Like I said, plan B might be also École de Normandie, because we still haven't got from them like clear response if they are ready to give us some free spots in the summer school, but we're kind of still hoping. So that might be a good plan B. Okay, Ilya?
Okay. Yes, Ilya, please.
Will they provide us any certificates that we participated in these summer schools?
If we consider Strasbourg and Laval, the thing is that they do provide certificates which show how many like credits you got from them, how many how many hours were you were taught. The kind of disadvantage is that we communicated about that with the University of London, and they said that they, as a program, are not ready to accept those credit hours. and that's kind of drawback there. I understand that in their case, in the case of the London School of Economics summer school, they're probably ready to provide that, but I'm not sure if they're...
If 2 sessions are completed, as I said, then the credits transfer is available to students. But it's a little bit different. I think, Elia, what you're asking, so you will definitely get a confirmation that you passed this summer school, and this is something that you can add additionally to your portfolio, to your CV later, and this will count definitely when you apply for master program or whatever, right? So there will be a separate line. I think that is really like worth to include in your CV, but it will not be probably included as a part of your educational program right now. Is it a drawback or not? This is, you know, discussable, I think, because in case it is not included, you can write it separately in your CV that you had an international experience, which I think is very important and very good. So you can additionally add it. Okay?
Thank you.
Did I answer your question? Was it about this?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So anyway, you can take, right, so you are writing which course you took, that you spent months or several weeks in the international environment, you spent time with other students, you worked in an international team, etc., etc. This will all add value to your portfolio. Okay, guys, any other questions? If not, you don't have that much time. You have to start writing your motivation letter and prepare your CV. I hope you have it, and you always update it, right? As soon as you have new things to write there to add. So start with this, at least give us the information that you are interested already in some of the options, and this will help us to maybe help you with the preparation of the materials, and hope you will have this opportunity in summer to get to go to some of the universities. Do you have any other questions, guys? Comments?
Sorry, could you send to the chat the presentation that you showed us before?
Yeah, we can send the presentation, but there will also be the recording, and so we kind of suggest that he also, you know, if you have any, if you have forgotten something that we mentioned or something was not clear, you can also use the recording. But yes, we can send the presentation, right? Alona?
And I also shared in the chat the booklet from the LSC with the information, and Alona shared the link to the workshop where the motivation letter was discussed. So I think you have all the materials, and we will add the presentation, so everything to prepare for it.
And anyway, guys, we have to say that we will be really happy if you you know, visit more often our site, that of the international office, and also we have a Facebook page and channels on the Instagram that we use, you know, to communicate with our students. And there are a lot of things that are happening, really interesting things. I have to say that actually in a week there will be a very interesting event in Antwerp, and 2 students from your program will be taking part in it. So just, you know, be with us, and you will be able to join not only the summer schools, but also all kinds of, you know, short events, such as conferences, projects that you will be able to take part in. And although there is this kind of restriction for your program, you know, from like that does not allow you to participate in a semester-long study program abroad, still you are totally welcome to join in different kind of short programs, short projects, for which I'm pretty sure Margarita Anatolievna will let you, skip for a week and go somewhere and take part in some very interesting events and projects.
Yeah, I would probably add to this that, all these kind of opportunities and participation in different programs, again, I want to say that it will add value to your portfolio. And I know that many of you are thinking about going abroad for master program or to get a position in an international company. So definitely for all these options, this will count, and for both for the admissions to the master program or for the companies, it's not that much important how much time you spend abroad, but you already will have enough experience to get some idea about the other cultures. I don't know. So this experience will definitely matter, I'm sure. And this is definitely something that you can share afterwards during, I don't know, your interviews, right? So some discussions, etc., etc.
Okay. Thank you. Well, in this case, I guess since we don't have any more questions, I hope that this this seminar was helpful, and we provided you with all the important necessary information for you to consider this option. And we really hope to see your applications here, and we hope that you will have this opportunity to go for a summer school. And to get this wonderful experience, right?
Yeah. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. And if you have any other questions, let us know. We will try to help. Okay.
Okay, then have a good evening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.